Mr. Duffy, how much did we spend on this lawsuit that was adjudicated last Thursday?
You're looking around the $30,000 range.
In the first Palm Coast City Council meeting since Mayor Mike Norris suffered a decisive courtroom defeat, council members discussed the nearly $30,000 in legal fees racked up by Norris's failed lawsuit against his own city. Circuit Judge Chris France last week ruled against Norris on all counts, dismissing his claim that the appointment of Councilman Charles Gambaro was illegal. The ruling came after Norris had vowed to take the case all the way to the Supreme Court. Council members expressed frustration that taxpayer money was spent on what many called a frivolous case. Vice Mayor Teresa Pontieri.
I have an issue with it. I've looked at the legal grounds for pursuing attorney's fees. They're either grounded in contract or statute. So there technically are no legal grounds. And I don't think there's a mechanism that this council has to pursue attorney's fees. It's frustrating for me as somebody, and it should be frustrating for the whole council. It should be frustrating for the residents.
Despite calls to have the mayor repay the costs, most members conceded there was little legal recourse. City Councilman Dave Sullivan.
I agree with the Vice Mayor when I've looked into this, that there's no legal way to do this. It would more or less have to be a request.
City Councilman Ty Miller.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's essentially what we're at. Is it a request? And I think that's been asked and answered. So from that point of view, it doesn't look like we're going to recoup any of those fees. Mayor
Norris remained defiant, insisting he acted to protect voters' rights.
I'll stand up. I don't care if it costs the city $1 million. If I'm defending our residents' right to pick their representative, and if I feel something's wrong, I'm going to do it every time.
Mayor Norris has previously hinted he might appeal. For now, the city is left grappling with the costs and the divisions on city council. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, July 9th. Several fugitives with arrest warrants in Flagler County are captured outside the jurisdiction.
Although they traveled outside of the county, 2 fugitives with active arrest warrants recently learned they can run, but they can't hide from the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. More from Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
2 fugitives found out the hard way that they can flee but not hide from the long arm of the law. Deputies located 1 fugitive in Ormond Beach near the Flagler County line and worked with Ormond Beach Police Department to arrest this fugitive. A second fugitive was found in Georgia, and sheriff's deputies worked with the Bradley County Sheriff's Office in Georgia to apprehend him. The Georgia fugitive is now in the Flagler County Jail under no bond. This was a great job by our team working with our state, local, and federal partners to apprehend both fugitives.
Meanwhile, the Problem Area Crime Enforcement Unit continues to be busy looking for 2 more fugitives with last known addresses in Palm Coast. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
I think it's an extraordinary achievement. For starters, it's going to create big new tax breaks for regular people.
Congressman Randy Fine is sharing his reaction to last week's passage of President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill.
Congressman Fine says the Big Beautiful Bill will put more money in Americans' pockets.
If you work for tips, you're not going to pay taxes on them. If you work for overtime, you're not going to pay taxes on them. If you're 88% of the elderly who aren't wealthy, you won't pay tax on your Social Security.
Fine says if you support President Trump's agenda, you should support the Big Beautiful Bill.
So we've wanted to secure the border for decades, but liberals said they'd only let us secure the border if we gave amnesty to everyone who broke the law. Well, this bill secures the border, builds the wall, strengthens ICE and customs, but without any amnesty to anybody. So there are so many wins in the bill, it's hard to describe them all, including the fact that 28 of President Trump's executive orders have now become law.
The Big Beautiful Bill provides $100 billion to ICE through 2029.
We have tens of millions of people who don't respect our country, who chose to disrespect our laws and just come and live here. And they all need to go home. And the good news is we're already seeing great success on that, not only through those that we are deporting, but from those who are self-deporting, realizing they aren't welcome here and they need to leave. And this will accelerate that process until every illegal immigrant has been deported.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Moody.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.